Once upon a time, wars were fought in the trenches. Today, wars happen miles above us. Skies have become the new front lines. Take the recent India-Pakistan conflict. There were drone attacks, missiles flying, and fighter jets engaged in combat. And it's not just about offense. Controlling the skies can decide the fate of nations. And that means air defense, systems that protect the skies above us. So Donald Trump is pitching an idea to protect American skies. He's promising a dome, the Golden Dome. Now, if you're picturing a shiny, gilded bubble over the Capitol, I hate to burst it. But this is not like a literal dome. This Golden Dome is like a missile shield in space. Think Star Wars, but with a MAGA hat. And what's the price tag? A whopping $175 billion.
Once fully constructed, the Golden Dome will be capable of intercepting missiles even if they are launched from other sides of the world and even if they are launched from space. And we will have the best system ever built. As you know, we helped Israel with theirs, and it was very successful. And now we have technology that's even far advanced from that.
The idea itself is not new. Back in 1983, Ronald Reagan pitched something similar. He called it the Strategic Defense Initiative, which was quickly nicknamed Star Wars. It imagined space-based lasers. They would shoot down missiles in flight. Billions of dollars were spent on this. Models were built. But scientists were skeptical, and ultimately nothing usable came out of it. And now, all these years later, Donald Trump wants to revive it.
We will truly be completing the job that President Reagan started 40 years ago, forever ending the missile threat to the American homeland, and the success rate is very close to 100%, which is incredible when you think of it. You're shooting bullets out of the air.
So how does it work? Imagine this, a ring of defense, a layered shield wrapped around the Earth. It has three core components. First, space-based sensors, satellites circling the globe, scanning for missile launches in real time. That's the first part. Second, interceptor networks, missiles stationed on the ground and in orbit. They will be ready to meet incoming threats mid-air. Some can collide into warheads, others zap targets with lasers. And the third part is an AI command center, or multiple centers. They will analyze threats, calculate responses, and launch counterattacks within seconds. That is the vision. Now, the US already has missile defense systems. So this will fuse what exists with what's next. Basically, a global shield. It will detect, decide, and destroy before a threat even touches down.
There's never been anything like this. This is something that's going to be very protective. I think you can rest assured there'll be nothing like this. Nobody else is capable of building it either.
Was it something that military commanders asked you for? Did they ask you to do this?
Well, let me put it differently. I suggested it, and they all said, "We love the idea, sir."
It's just like Trump to take credit for this. But this is quite the ambitious plan. And look at the price tag. Like I said, it will cost around $175 billion. The initial funding is $25 billion. It's included in a new bill which the Congress, the US Congress, needs to approve.
I'm also pleased to report that the one big, beautiful bill will include $25 billion for the Golden Dome to help construction get underway. That's the initial sort of a down deposit. And we have probably, you're talking about, General, we're talking about $175 billion total cost of this when it's completed.
So Trump is pitching this like America's Iron Dome. But will it work? Is this plan even feasible? There are two main problems with it. First, the area that it is expected to cover. You see, the United States is a big country. It's the third largest country in the world after Russia and Canada. America's size is 9.8 million square kilometers. Compare that to Israel, which has an Iron Dome. Israel is just about 20,000 square kilometers. That's the size of the US state of New Jersey. So the United States is 490 times the size of Israel. A dome to cover this vast area of land will be a tall order. That's the first challenge. The second one is the cost. Trump says it will be $175 billion. That's a lot of money, but experts are not convinced. They think it's going to be a lot more, and I'll tell you why. The Iron Dome uses an interceptor missile called the Tamir missile. It costs around $50,000 per missile. That's the cost of each missile, $50,000. So $50,000 to take down even a basic rocket. Imagine that for a country the size of the United States, and the cost will increase every year. So $175 billion is a modest assumption. And beyond cost and technical feasibility, there's another big problem: a space war. China has already issued a warning. It wants the US to halt any plans for this Golden Dome. Last month, Beijing and Moscow issued a statement. They said this could destabilize space. It accused Washington of plotting to militarize space. So if the US does start putting weapons in space, it could herald a new arms race, an arms race in space. For now, the Pentagon is being cautious. Officials admit that the plan is in its conceptual phase. No serious funding has been secured yet, except for the initial $25 billion that Trump announced.
It's amazing how easy this one is to fund. You know, some funding is tough and some is easy. When we say we're going to save everyone's lives in a crazy world, it seems to be very easy to get.
So Trump says people are ready with money. It's not clear who these people are, although there is a group that is very interested in this project, and that is the American defense companies, the likes of Lockheed Martin, Raytheon, Palantir, and Anduril. They are circling this plan like vultures. Lockheed's representatives have made a pitch using the F-35 jets to strike any threats. Elon Musk's SpaceX is also in the mix. It is reportedly offering launch services. So for defense companies, this is not just a missile shield, it's a billion-dollar feeding frenzy. Also, there's something quite appealing about the idea of a sky shield, an invisible umbrella protecting a country. For Donald Trump, it's the perfect metaphor. So the Golden Dome is also the perfect branding. It is bold, expensive, and more importantly, it is golden. So this Golden Dome is not just about stopping missiles, it's about sending a message to all American enemies, a message of invincibility.